When life sends you your person, these sentences, 5D mystics, and even if you're just a lovely functional adult, that means a person who grows up with a safe haven, secure base. So let me explain. Integration of the brain is the optimized version of utilization of our human brain. And I'm going to be a little bit funny here because some of us, we know love cycles. And I know that not everybody knows it, but the infinite higher human consciousness potential experiencing people, they know it. So our stories are very different. Not all are 5D mystics. Some are 5D functional adults. And in fact, some are very young and already know about polyamory. And, you know, it's something really weird for me as a 43-year-old person to realize, thank you, trauma-informed, educational, informative people that are all therapists, licensed neuroscientists, licensed all these lovely labels, and they're actually not just labels. These people are researchers. You know, you gotta love when you explain how awesome the human brain is and people don't believe that humanity can achieve it. So they 5D anything love humanity. And when we meet the people who I'm gonna try and disengage from communicating about right now, because, you know, there's one thing about limited consciousness that anyone who is in 5D their entire life, we kind of find it really challenging. So again, when life sends you the person, I was a teenager and I was like, how fascinating, you know, fairy tales do come true. And I have my favorite one. It's actually Sleeping Beauty, which reminds me, 5D mystics, the ones of you who are your own like wholeness. If you hear the lyrics, it talks so much so about when we already know who we are and all of our oversoul pieces. And I knew a lot of my oversoul pieces. And I have to say, it's really fun to do your own Akashic record channeling, but 5D land, not 4D. Oh, FYI, if you believe in the devil or evil, this is not your land. Please go listen to the 4D educators and limited consciousness people, because they all have a lot of not so nice things or creative things to say about our species, that's being a human being. Now, I actually tease because people keep saying you're an alien, my 4D friends. No, I'm not an alien. I have a body, and I have what is an embodied brain. Thank you, Daniel Siegel, for teaching me everything about the mind, and I'm still finishing the course. I'll get there to have my lovely little certificate of education, which is very important, by the way, only so that those adaptive children, the people who are limited, not the adaptive children who are tending to their charge states, those people, they're called human beings who know about trauma. And in fact, they take their trauma very seriously, so much so that they choose to disengage from using their adaptive child unresolved trauma against other people who are not doing anything except for being themselves. So let's see, where was this? You are you right now, identical to what you really are. So you know what happens when you already love all aspects of your flawed, imperfect self, because we are all this oneness energy of Purusha, awareness, unconditional love, Prakriti, the energy, the essence of life. I learned these words, I embody them. So you are you right now, a 5D mystic is always themselves. But you know what is more amazing than anything is that you become more yourself. You know how? It's called integration of the brain. And it's called restorative embodied self. And it excites me so much that I can say it's very straightforward, but it is a journey. And so spirituality process, people, I know some won't like to hear it. It's AKA becoming emotionally mature functional adults. Because you know what our nervous system is? Actually is a safety defense mechanism. There are all these great trauma-informed, again, educational people that I can go and list to anybody who wants me to throw proof at them, which I won't then, because I actually laugh at people like that. No, I don't laugh at them. I find them quite annoying because, again, they're insulting my species. I'm a human, they're human, and I kind of get tired of hearing how limited we are. Because no, we're not. There's only movies that perpetuate actually using addictive behaviors, which are self-soothing mechanisms for a person who has what is called a safety behavior as a child growing up with unresolved, trauma memory. So I'm making humor, but there's serious topics here. The reason I'm being humorous is because 4D planes all in it with the mystics and the karmics and the soul contracts ending and the devil and the demons and the energy vampires, and then we got our ancients from, you know, the way back when, who still talk about other aspects. Again, I want to respect all belief systems. What I also want to respect is my species, which is human. And are you right now who you want to be? I am, actually, more than I've ever been. Thank you, psychoeducators, and thank you, technology. Thank you, science, for letting organically us find out that, nope, there's no demon in here. Patrick McNamara is my favorite right now as he explains the religious self and how we don't get possessed by demons when we have nightmares. And I know how much the 4D plane wants to keep on believing in the nightmare land. I really feel bad. You know why? Because the reality is they're not taking their inner well-being seriously. So while they sit through nightmares, they don't wake up more energized. They ignore their actual body. So I feel sad for them because they're ignoring their human health while thinking about maybe whatever it is that they've been told from whoever knows who's disregarded the fact that, you know, I really care about you and you're telling me that you're having these things happen. Maybe you want to go and get something. You know, it's one thing if you wake up from your dreams. I got plenty of astral travel dreams, and it took me so many beautiful years to actually, no, not so many, about 2 or 3. And I really noticed it all by myself. I was like, emotional plane, mental plane. Oh, that's what we're mastering to connect to. What is it? Oh, that's right. Akash. Oh, what is that? Oh, wait, the quantum field. Yes, Akashic record readings. Thank you so much. I'm self-taught. And what I learned was we all come to Earth to learn about mastering our mental, emotional, physical. So you know what a 5D mystic knows when it's happening? Oh, I'm mastering my emotional plane. It's our nervous system. So some of us, we don't get overwhelmed because our body is actually a sanctuary. Now I'm being very serious again. The people who have actual support to move out of their childhood trauma can tell you all about the adaptive child emotional part and the charge state and how they're working in an effort with people who advise them effectively and say, don't use the psych education to point fingers at people. Don't get up in the morning and start venting about, you know, some beat up, whatever it is. Know that that's actually trauma coming up. And you want to journal about it so that you can learn equanimity. So that you can learn to see the sensations that arise. Let me go back to Daniel Siegel. Mind sight, sifting through your own images, sensations, thoughts, and feelings. 5D Mystic, we do this, yay, love cycle. Love cycle people, very easy. So when I would wake up from all of my dreams when I began with Claire's, again, I did not get distracted because of, what was it again? Twin flame, soulmates. Yeah, I wasn't distracted. I actually knew exactly what was happening. And while people will look at the mystics weird, and that's okay. Pseudoscience lady here, look at me weird as much as you want. But you know what I'm not doing? I'm not bullshitting you. And hey, hopefully YouTube's okay with a little bit of cursing. Because honestly, I mean, I do grown up land, not kid land, for a reason. So when we do meet that which is life partner, and I say this because a lot of humans, you know what they don't do? They don't do real talk. I'm going to leave it at that. And thank you, trauma-informed experts, because they've made it very clear that even though there's 50% secure attachment people, the big S is not easy for people to do. And I'm not teasing it. I'm just presenting some of us actually have very deep emotions. And when the big S comes, we know why. And usually we're going to know what happened. And then usually we're going to go for direct communication, which means, can we talk about what just happened? And we're not going to be lying about it either. Teenager, adult, no matter how old you are, if you've always been connected to love, you're always connected to love. So let me count the ways that I love thee. Purusha Prakriti, the smiles you bring to my heart, the silence you fill with awe and splendor, the essence of life and love that you are, the magic that the mere expression of you holds, the embodiment of the infinite and unknown splendors of life that you bring to me each day. I love thee for that which our fusion creates. It is love and life in form, completely conscious of being and awakened in every breath, thought, and action we take, both together and apart. Let me count the ways I love thee. In knowing that together we bring to life that which is deemed impossible to be experienced by a mortal being, the experience of love and life in its utmost, unlimited, and infinite expression and potential. Now, a person who chooses to be their self already feels all these things. So you can better bet that there's not life bringing to you a person. You are that person. And when life brings you more of those people, That's our 5D mystics, functional adults. They know how to have direct communication, and it's always unconditionally loving, compassionate beyond a reason, Zen masters. So join us on the podcast